Jake Elliott. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Come on, set. 70, Indian. I'm going to run you over. Check nickel. Ready.
A running play on first down will get 4 up to the 29. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
You remember me. Let's go, baby. Check.
Bridgewater to throw it this time. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Here's Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Hey, Charlie. Yep.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Running from the shotgun with Dre. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Back to throw. Lawrence. Complete to his running back, Kenyon Drake. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pick.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Matt Milano charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
64, weak. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Watch twist. Watch twist.
Now Drake, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart.
McCaffrey trying to escape, but he cannot. They get him in the end zone, and that's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football, but how about the group as a whole? Setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score, may help them win the game.
They go play action here on 1st down. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Mike Gesicki, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. 3rd and short yardage, Bridgewater. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
At the 32-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Sit.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
It must be something about the night air because he is putting on an absolute show under the light.
Yeah, we've established anything in his vicinity, he's grabbing it. Looking to throw. Lawrence. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. DJ Chark. His 2nd touchdown of the game. His 3rd on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're
you
down.
don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Let's get the ball.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater. An incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. On 2nd and 15 now. Bridgewater. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. To throw, Bridgewater. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Bridgewater to throw it. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 21. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And he will find his man on the outside. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
I'm coming after you. He's coming.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
First down, Bridgewater. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick. A big seam, and he might go all the way. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve past then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Don't throw this brothers. Intercepted. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch the twist. Get it.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Kill.
Play fake. Bridgewater steps away. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Check 15. Check 13. Check 13. Shoot.
From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And they'll try for it here on 4th. Bridgewater and company stay out there. They're indeed going for it. Bridgewater. And he's got his man on the out route. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Apparently they weren't interested in playing the field position game. They opt to keep their offense out there. A big mistake in hindsight.
Yeah, that one backfired, and hindsight's always 20/20, but let's call it what it was. We would have first guessed that one and said, don't do it here. Bad situation. I think they need to be closer to midfield before I would start to think it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And once you start taking risks like that, you're going to have to keep taking them throughout the game, especially when they don't work.
Yeah, at this stage of the second half, interesting. A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, come on out here. Come get it.
From the gun, it's Drake. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
It's now 3rd and 10.
Here we go. 70, Indy. Snap.
From the gun, Lawrence. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off around the 37. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
1st and 10.
They'll run with Drake. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake with touchdown number 8 on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Dolphins offense cashes in with 6. Elliott Good with a PAT, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now this time he'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. 7 yards there and a first down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On 3rd down, Bridgewater gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
On 4th down, they do snap it to Bridgewater. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running, it's Drake. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Right back to Drake. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So 3rd down, and the Falcons going with a dime. 6 defensive backs.
Look at me. Go.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Flush to his right. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
16 yards. That's good for a Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
45. I don't even know why this team showed up.
Ready?
On 1st down, Drake. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Drake on the carry. He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, check.
Get it.
They stay on the ground with Drake. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Hey, exit. You're out. Lead grip.
Off play action. Lawrence under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And Elliott puts this one through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Bridgewater. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
First down, Falcons.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Tack McKinley make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw is Bridgewater. And the pressure gets to him again. Raekwon McMillan in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs now leads to a 3rd and long. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Bridgewater to throw for it on 4th. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Drake, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. On second down, it's Drake. And he's got some space here. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check three. 61, matchbox lights. On the ball, 2.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to float this one deep right, and this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Shift. Bang, 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 bang.
Bridgewater on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
16 yards.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That really sets them back. A loss of 6. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play. And facing a 2nd and long. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Now Bridgewater on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 34. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Take 3. Let's go.
On the give, this is Drake. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Dolphins, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Miami next week. Meanwhile, for the Falcons,